the man, the myth, the legend, JoeyFontaine, Deer Master, challenging the Ground Gym. So, let's see how this goes. Joey has bested me a couple of times. I think by this time, our last grass battle will be up, hopefully, or otherwise that will be spoilers if I say anything, so I'm going to keep my mouth shut. He leads off with the Tapu Koko, who is not going to be in a very favorable matchup as I lead off with my Sandy Cheeks. My Sandy Cheeks on the field, dealing with the Tapu Koko, as Tapu Koko sets off the electric surge. So, my Sandy Cheeks will start having sand all over the place. A nice little sand stream kicking. So, JoeyFontaine notices that and withdraws into Landorus, to which I will really not do anything because I'm going to just set up my rocks. I want to set up some piedras on that side of the room, inside of the field, not room, and so my stealth rocks will be up. And I'm sure he's going to want to do the same, right? Maybe, perhaps, a little bit. And so, what I decide to do is, I know that he's going to want to try to set up those rocks, so I go for the Toxic so I can start to get some residual damage, because, honestly, this thing cannot really touch that thing otherwise, right? What am I going to do? Earthquake that thing? It's floating! Because it's a fire type. Anyways, Landorus, poisoned, so that's going to help in the long run, potentially, maybe, hopefully. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure things out here. Trying to figure my life out. So, he withdraws, brings in the big ball, Majerna. Majerna, I know, could do some things. Oh, and I go for the Toxic, actually. I go for a double Toxic because I knew he was going to probably want to switch. So I was trying to catch him switching into something else, but unfortunately he switches into the Majerna, which is Steel type, so it's not going to matter too much. As I can switch into my Razor, whose Mold Break will activate. And, yeah. So, Razor, chilling, Mold Breaking stuff, right? Maybe a little bit? No. So, I had a feeling he would want to withdraw into the Landorus, so I was like, you know what? I'll see that's move and I'll double it. I don't know. But I'm going to go for a nice little home-cooked Z move. Fresh from the oven! So, Z move, Steelium Z. Steelium Z. Jesus, can't say my words. Anyways, I'm going to Steelium Z the Christ out of this Landorus with the hopes that, you know, it can start to really chip away at its health. And it eventually will go down, right? Maybe a little bit? I don't know. Right in the cabeza area. Landorus taking it like a champ? Well, I guess he would be because of the Intimidate. Otherwise, he would be dead! But, Landorus. Poisoned. Health going down. So, have a bit of a situation. So, I'm like, Razor, you've done your job so far. A little bit. You put in some effort. Get back here. As I predict an Earthquake to be coming out. And Landorus will be going for the Earthquake. Cool. So I actually predicted it right. You would swear that I wasn't doing this battle. I was. I was there. Or was I? Anyways, so Landorus, chilling. Well, dying, really. Anyways, slowly its health whittling away. What will Joey do? He will stay in as I predict the actual Earthquake. I predicted a switch into Majerna, maybe. So I actually went for the Earthquake. But he stayed in. Wise man. It's a very wise man. Anyways, Landorus is going to probably just want to stay in there, right? Is that what you're going to do, Landorus? So I decided to go for the Safe Protect just to avoid getting hit with a Stone Edge that might lead to a critical hit. It might take more damage than I need to or want to. So I protect myself because, kids, protection is important. Always remember that. So, la protección es importante. So, Landorus is going to go down to Toxic damage. So that puts me up at 65, right? Yes. So out comes Manectric. And everybody and their moms knows what Manectrics tend to want to do, right? Everybody knows that Manectric usually runs HP Ice. So I was like, yeah, I don't really want any part of that. I'm good. I'm good, Manectric. You can hold on to that. I'm good. So, Manectric is going to Mega Evolve. Using Nash Manectite. Yeah. Anyways, as I switch into my Gastrodon, my attack falls, which is going to play a huge role! Not really. So, E-side is going to take damage and recover most of it. Not most of it. Some of it. And, Manectric is sitting pretty and decides to get the heck up out of there. So now I'm sitting pretty. We're all sitting pretty. As the guard comes in. And, did I predict this? Did I? No, I went for the Scald, actually. I went for the Scald this turn because I was trying to sort of, you know, get some damage on White Might switch in, and maybe if I'm lucky get a bird. No! No burden for you, sir. So, I could have played a huge role, right? Maybe a little bit. So, the guard comes in, goes for the 1,000 arrows, hits me right in the back. My lumbago took a little bit of damage, and I go for the ice beam, which he was probably not entirely sure that I was carrying, but surprise, surprise. Yes, I am. So ice beam will take down the guard. That puppers is goners. God, what am I talking about? Jesus! And then I wonder why I have this like some of it. Let me not start that right now. So Tapu Koko comes in, and I was trying to figure out what to do. I know Tapu Kokos can run grass knots, but I wasn't entirely sure if that's what we might want to do. Anyways, this is a mono ground team, so no matter what I switch into, it's not going to take it very well, so I decided to have to just stay in there with my east side. East side takes the grass knots and will go down because it's super effective by 4 times. And so, what I then decide to do is bring in those sandy cheeks right back in there. So I bring in my sandy cheeks, get the sand stream going, kicking up, and I have a feeling that I can live a grass knot. Wasn't entirely sure, but I was like, you know what? I know I'm heavy, but I was like, I might just be able to live it. So I live it, I go for the earthquake, and Tapu Koko is not going to appreciate this at all. And it ends up going down. I think Joey was banking on the grass knot actually killing him. Unfortunately, it does not, and his Tapu Koko pays the ultimate price. So in comes his acrobat burb, the Halucha, as its seed is activated by the electric terrain, goes for the acrobatics, completely decimates my sandy cheeks, and takes a little bit of the Rocky Helmet damage, which, you know, I don't mind so much, but I'm sure he does. And then takes some sandstorm. It's buffeted. So, I bring my Night Fang in to sort of kind of help deal with this thing. But I make the mistake of going for a protect. It's a bad play. I guess I was trying to scout out and see what he was going to do. And he capitalizes. He goes for the Horn Claws. The Horn Claws. And then at this point, I'm starting to pee my pants with anticipation and nervousness. So, I recover a little bit, but I'm like, how much is this going to do? I know Blizzcores are usually pretty good with regards to physical attack and health, but I'm not entirely sure. It's at +1. He lives it! And then he is able to deal some damage on the acrobat burb and helps out my situation to some extent. So I'm like, alright, cool. Next one's going to kill. So I'm like, I'm not going to go ahead and protect and risk anything just to get residual damage. Give you the game. I'm just going to try to attack, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But he decides to attack smartly. I don't know what I'm saying. So then I bring in Yo Mama. And Yo Mama has priority, which is why I brought it in. And Yo Mama's going to be able to Ice Shard Halucha to the death. And that's going to bring it down. So, Joey's left with his last 2 mons. He brings in his big ball. He's got a big ball. And he brings it in. And so what I'm going to end up doing myself, as I have 3 mons left, so it's 3-2, I go for the Earthquake, and I outspeed. I actually was not entirely sure that I would. I was actually not entirely sure that I would be able to take it down with an Earthquake. I'm underestimating you, Mama Swine. I apologize, Yo Mama. Should not be treating Yo Mama like that. So, down goes Yo Mama as Manectric comes in. Gonna get some Intimidate going over there. Right? Yeah, some Intimidate damage. And, yeah. So, he's gonna go for the Flamethrower. Mammothine will live it. Go for its own Earthquake again. Doesn't mean its own. Go for its Earthquake and take out the Manectric, which I was actually surprised about. I'm just underestimating Yo Mama. I don't know why. I should not underestimate Yo Mama, as I said earlier. So, Joey, GG, hell of a match. Look forward to the next one. You have bested me before, and I finally bested you. Finally!